Hi, this is Steph and welcome to my channel. In this channel, we talked about personal finance, productivity, and adulting in general. So if interested ka sa mga topics na to, please subscribe to this channel, hit the notification bell, like this video, and share this to your friends. In this video, guys, I would like to discuss kung ano nga ba yung mas better na financing option. Is it bank ba or Pag-ibig housing loan? If nagpaplano kang kumuha ng housing unit sa developer or baka naman malapit nang matapos yung payment mo ng equity ng housing unit na nakuha mo tapos confused ka pa as to the financing option, so this video will help you decide kung ano nga ba yung better. Is it bank or Pag-ibig? Kasi both of these choices, meron naman silang pros and cons. So i-discuss natin siya isa-isa. So number one, guys, as to interest rates, so with Pag-ibig, mas stable yung rates niya at saka mas lower din yung interest rates niya compared sa bank. So ito yung range ng interest rates ng Pag-ibig as of 2025 at saka nakadepende lang din siya sa loan term mo. With banks naman, medyo higher siya as compared to Pag-ibig. So ito yung typical range of interest rates na binibigay or ino-offer ng banks as of 2025. Pero sa mga banks, guys, meron naman silang promo. So sa case namin, nakakuha kami ng promo na 7.7. So 7% interest rate na fixed within 7 years. So parang hindi na magbabago yung interest na babayaran mo within 7 years. Pero yung disadvantage nito is after nung promo period, it is possible na mag-reprice tapos baka mas mataas, mag-jump talaga yung interest rates sa next period after the promo. So, yun yung disadvantage niya. Pero if kaya mo namang bayaran yung housing loan mo within 7 years, so okay na din siya kasi at least 7 years naka-fix yung interest rate. So, ganun siya. Second, guys, is yung loan amount and flexibility. So, with banks, mas malaki yung pwede mong ma-loan kasi nag-a-approve sila ng 90% of the total contract price. So, pwede siyang 90% yung loanable amount based on the total contract price. With Pag-ibig kasi, limited lang siya up to 6 million yung pwede mong utangin. So, if need mo ng mas malaki-laking loanable amount, you can go with banks. So, depende na rin if makomply mo yung mga requirements nila or if qualified ka. Ang kagandahan din sa bank, guys, is meron siyang mga packages. So, as to insurance and then sa credit cards. So, kasi sa experience namin nung nag-apply kami for a housing loan with banks, specifically with BPI, meron siyang nakapackage na credit card. They will ask you sa form if gusto mo bang mag-avail ng credit card. Tapos yung sa insurance, kasali na din. With Pag-ibig kasi, guys, parang bagay siya sa mga low to mid income earners. And then yung isang disadvantage with Pag-ibig, kahit na siguro lower yung interest rates niya, ang disadvantage niya is yung loanable amount niya, parang lower siya sa expected mo if, example, yung appraised value ng property is medyo mababa. So, it is possible that you will still pay for the difference if the appraised value is lower than the loanable amount na gusto mo. The third one is the approval and the requirements. So, with banks, madali lang siya, guys. So, it can be as fast as 1 week for as long as kumpleto yung requirements mo and then accredited siya with the developer. Meaning, nakatie up siya with the developer. So, mas mabilis yung process for as long as kumpleto lang din yung documents. With Pag-ibig, medyo matagal-tagal, so at least 2 to 6 weeks. Kasi ang reasoning dyan is they will still appraise the value of the property and then maraming checks si Pag-ibig, so it might take a little longer compared with banks. As to the requirement, guys, mas strict si bank compared to Pag-ibig. So, stricter requirements, mas thorough sila sa pag-check ng mga documents, yung bank, especially if freelancer ka. So, I will discuss this separately in this video if, for example, freelancer yung type ng employment mo. So, with Pag-ibig, for as long as member ka ng Pag-ibig at saka nakaka-provide ka naman ng proof or source of income mo, mas madali lang siya. And then sa Pag-ibig, you just make sure na updated yung contributions mo. So at least meron kang 24 monthly contributions with Pag-ibig. Tapos active within 6 months. So okay na si Pag-ibig. Hindi siya masyadong concerned sa credit score mo unlike sa banks. As to the loan term naman, guys, with banks, shorter yung term niya for the loan. So, yung maximum lang na term or years na pwede ka mag-loan is 20 years. With Pag-ibig kasi, up to 30 years siya. So, if gusto mo talagang spread out yung loan mo ng mas matagal, so meaning lower monthly amortization, pero in totality, mas malaki yung interest, so you can go for Pag-ibig for affordability sa monthly payments mo. Both banks and Pag-ibig, you can have an option to pay in advance sa principal. So if you pay in advance sa principal, ang pwedeng mangyari is pwedeng ma-reduce yung monthly amortization mo, so mas mababa na siya. Or pwede mo ding i-choose na i-lower lang din yung loan term. So for example, yung original loan term mo is 20 years. If nag-advance payment ka sa principal, pwede siyang bumaba in up to 15 years na lang. So ganon, you have that option. So with banks, pwede mo siyang gawin, pero meron kang fee na babayaran, siguro 500 pesos per request. And then sabi nung loan officer sa BPI, nung tinanong ko to, dapat at least 6 months worth of monthly contribution yung ibabayad mo. So, hindi sila nag-a-allow ng 1 month lang na worth of advance payment. So, dapat 6 months worth. With Pag-ibig, pwede mo siyang bayaran in advance yung principal kahit wala ng charges, wala silang conditions, kung ilang months worth of amortization. So, parang mas flexible si Pag-ibig in terms of advance payment. Pero kung nakabank ka naman, at least meron siyang option. Kaso nga lang, merong fees. So, ayun lang yung disadvantage niya. What if freelancer ka or nagwo-work ka online or self-employed ka? Pwede ka bang mag-loan sa Pag-ibig or sa banks? So, the answer is yes, pwede naman. We just need to remember na with banks, parang stricter sila in terms of requirements. So, kailangan mong mag-provide ng ITR, lalo na if yung loan mo is 3 million and above. So, provide ITR, bank statements, proof of income like COE, yung pay slips mo, yung mga remittances mo. So, ganon. Just make sure na you can provide evidence of the sources of income. With Pag-ibig kasi guys, hindi na siya masyadong strict sa mga freelancers or self-employed. Parang sa kanila lang, dapat meron ka lang sources of income, makaprovide ka ng sources of income. Kahit walang na yatang ITR, parang papayag na sila. Pero depende din sa branch. Pero yung alam ko, parang mas strict si banks compared to Pag-ibig. With Pag-ibig lang guys, dapat make sure na consistent at saka updated yung contributions mo. And then if parang kulang yung income mo, make sure to have a co-borrower para fully supported talaga yung income. With banks, mas maganda if you have a good credit score, good credit standing, at saka meron kang bank account sa bank of choice mo for the housing loan. Mas maganda siya. Tapos, mas maganda din if isa lang yung bank account na pinapasukan ng income mo para mas madali siyang ma-verify yung consistency ng source of income. So yun lang, it is possible din for freelancers or self-employed na makapag-housing loan either sa Pag-ibig ba or sa banks. So ikaw, nasa sayo na kung saan yung parang preference mo, saan ka mas fit, banks ba or housing loan. So comment down below if nakapag-loan ka ba sa bank or Pag-ibig, tsaka ano yung experience mo. So hope you learned a lot from this video guys. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See you. Bye!